Hello everyone, Tutu Mora here with the Y, bringing you tools to feel well in your body, mind, and spirit. So May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and something that I have and sometimes continue to struggle with is anxiety around traveling. Now, many people can relate to this, and traveling doesn't have to be traveling to another country or to another state. Traveling and anxiety around traveling can really be anything that takes you outside of your comfort zone, whether that is going to a new neighborhood or even venturing out into a new and wider social group. So we're going to talk about a few tips to manage and explore the anxiety you have around traveling, at whatever distance that might be. So one of the things that always makes me anxious around traveling is time. And everyone has their own relationship with time, but if you're someone who gets a little bit anxious about being late for things, that is a wonderful opportunity to allow yourself to plan for those what ifs. A lot of the time we hear, don't think about the things that worry you. However, when you're traveling, sometimes it can be comforting to lean into that what if and create a plan that will help you feel a little secure, knowing that if this ends up happening, you have a plan in place to support yourself if that does end up happening. And so for me, time is a big thing. And I think a lot about, what if I'm late? What if I miss this connection? What if I miss this train? What if I miss this flight? And so allowing myself a lot of time to get to where I need to go, even if that means that I have an abundance of time on the other end, really helps me feel calm when I travel. So one tip would really be explore and plan for those scenarios that make you feel a little nervous, those what ifs. What if something happens to me? What if I'm late for this? Allow yourself to make a little plan that will help you feel a little bit more comfortable around those unknowns. So another thing that people can feel anxious about when they travel is what's happening back at home while you're away. And so planning around the responsibilities and the relationships that you have at home while you're away can help to manage and mitigate that anxiety. Now, sometimes that can look like, what if people are going to miss you at home while you're away for an extended period of time? And so what does managing your responsibilities at home look like while you're away? Maybe that's helping people feel cared for while you're away by writing little notes or creating a scavenger hunt that can let them know that you still care and you're still there, even though you're physically distant. Maybe that's setting up a time to talk during the day to either your family members or your friends, that you still stay connected, you still feel present in that space, even though you are physically somewhere else. And so let yourself kind of think about, what is it about leaving this space? What is it about the connections that I have within this space that might be contributing to my anxiety around traveling? So another thing that can be really helpful when you're traveling, especially if you're someone who has racing thoughts or perhaps has some physical symptoms of anxiety, like a racing heart, or you just start to feel really nervous and sweaty and fidgety, is having some distractions. Lean into that fidgetiness. Maybe it's something to play with your hands, like knitting while you're on a plane or on a train. Maybe that looks like a fidget spinner. Maybe that looks like downloading some shows to watch or having a great book on tape that's really going to immerse you in another kind of space in your mind. So letting yourself think about what distractions might really grab me and take me out of this nervous space I'm in and place me in a funner headspace, one that is distracted in a fun way, and having plenty of distractions. So, perhaps a distraction for each leg of your journey, just to keep things interesting. Now, another thing that can be very helpful and can also be under the kind of umbrella of distractions is having some calming and relaxation techniques that you can just put in your back pocket. Now, that could be a guided meditation. That could also be a scent, maybe like an oil or a lotion that you can smell with your hands, and it's just going to soothe your nervous system a little bit. Maybe that is a movement practice, a gentle like stretching routine that you can do within your seat or wherever you are in your travel experience that's going to release a little bit of tension for you. And so having some of those things in your back pocket, just in case you need them, can be really helpful and help you feel more prepared for whatever state of being you might find yourself in during your travel experience. Now, finally, it can be really helpful to remind yourself why you're traveling, the benefits of traveling, the benefits of stepping outside your comfort zone, even if it can be scary. And so maybe it's because you are seeing a family member that you haven't seen in a while. Maybe it's to explore a new space, to explore a new connection or a new group of people. Or maybe it's just to reconnect with a space that you haven't been in ever or for a long time. So focusing on the joy behind your action can also be a helpful step in managing and mitigating your anxiety around travel. So I hope you found this helpful, and I also hope that, if you are someone who experiences travel anxiety, to know that it's very common and you're not alone. And that's certainly not meant to minimize your experience of travel anxiety, but just to feel a sense of companionship and knowing that there are other people who struggle with this, and there are tools to help you manage it and feel more comfortable in exploring spaces outside your comfort zone. So once again, I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you back here next time on the Wise YouTube channel. Take care.